Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. In this video, I wanted to talk specifically about the Spectral Blades subclass, which is new with the Forsaken. It's a brand new subclass. It is the Void Hunter new, well, I guess not subclass, but skill tree within the Night Stalker subclass. And I've seen a lot of people online, a lot of people on Twitter, forums, Reddit, etc. A lot of people expressing their sort of distaste for the subclass in PvP. They have a hard time making it feel powerful, making it feel effective. They have a hard time making the super feel like a super, right? A lot of people trashing the super, saying it's not good. I think I know why, too. But let me just come out of the gate by saying I've spent some time with this subclass now in PvP, and I gotta say, I'm hooked. Like, I'm having so much fun playing this in PvP right now. It is an absolute riot to me. And I'm having some really fun kill streaks and just really technical plays that make me feel, I don't know, they make me feel like a competent player, even more so. Like, I look at what I just did and I feel like, wow, I managed mechanics, cooldowns, abilities in such a way that makes me feel like pretty BA, you know what I mean? So I want to talk about this subclass and why I think it's so much fun, and why I think it's actually pretty freaking effective in PvP too, especially in quick play, which is what most people play, right? Most people play quick play. I think in that environment, man, this subclass is pretty freaking cool. So let's talk about, first and foremost, let's talk about the super. Let's get that out of the way. I think that people struggle with the super because they think it's Blade Dancer, and it's not. It is far from Blade Dancer. Yeah, you're dual wielding some blades, but that's about where the similarities end. You know, Blade Dancer was a in-your-face, spam that melee button, close the gap, and just hack them to bits. That's not what this super is. This is a stalker super, okay? And I laugh every time that someone pops this super, you know, on the enemy team. And I just start, you know, I start kiting it, and I hear behind me, I hear shing 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 shing, and nothing in the kill feed, and I'm like, this dude has no idea how to use this subclass, no idea. Because he's treating it like a Blade Dancer. You can't shing 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 your way to victory with this thing. It's a stalker super. It is a stalker super. What you do, when you pop that super, here's what you do. You've got a decent amount of time to work with here. You're looking for 2 to 3 kills here. You're not looking to wipe the entire enemy team with some crazy in-your-face super. That's not what this super is about, okay? So you pop your super, you go invisible, and now you can see through walls. It's like this pulsing, it's like every time your heart beats, you can see through the walls. It's pretty freaking cool, actually. And these enemies are highlighted for you. You can see what subclass they're on. Are they a hunter, are they titan, are they a warlock? You can see that through walls, so you know what character they are. You can see if they've got a rocket on their shoulder, right? You can see if they're holding a sniper rifle. You can see a lot of information from, you know, your wall hacks. And it tells you, you know, some pretty valuable info. So you go invisible, you've got your wall hacks, you can see everything on the battlefield, and you get a pretty good feel for it. And that's how you pick your route. At this point, you gauge where everyone is, and you pick your route. Which direction are they facing? What choke point are they staring down? Do you need to go on a flank? Do you need to, you know, or do they have their back to you, and you can just rush them real quick? And your goal is just to hit that button one time to get a kill. One swipe, one kill. Not shing 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 shing. No, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna ruin your super. You're gonna waste all your energy doing stupid stuff. You wait till you're right up on that guy. You push that button one time. Schwab. You stab him right in the kidneys. He falls over dead. You know what you do? As soon as you get that kill, you hit the right trigger. You're gonna do a backflip. You do your heavy attack if you're on PC. Do a backflip with your heavy attack. Guess what? You're invisible again. Congratulations, you have wall hacks again. You pick your next target. So you stalk the field, you pick out the guy you want to bully, and you execute him, right? You're an assassin, silent, deadly assassin walking in the shadows. Shing, you stab that guy. You're invisible again. Stalking the field, looking for victim number 2. You know, the only time you're going to hit that melee button multiple times is if your first swipe for some reason doesn't connect. And I got to tell you, that doesn't happen to me very often. It really doesn't. Like, if you get right up on the guy and you stab, bam, they're dead. That, you know, 9 out of 10 times, this thing connects just fine for me when I use it like that. And then if there's a second guy right beside him, sure, then you start hitting the button again. Maybe 2 to 3 swipes, and these guys go down, and then you do your heavy attack, and you're invisible again, and you're stalking the field. It's a stalker super. It's not Blade Dancer. So if you treat it like Blade Dancer, you will be severely disappointed, and you'll probably just get yourself killed over and over and over again. You want to be invisible for, you know, 90% of the time that you're in your super. You don't want to be seen. That's the point. That's the whole freaking point of this subclass, is to not be seen and get critical information about the battlefield. That is what this entire subclass is about. And it's so much fun to play to the strengths of this subclass. And in this gameplay, you're going to see a lot of other, you know, somewhat technical plays that aren't connected to the super. That's because this subclass also has this ability called Flawless Execution. And this is so much fun to play with very aggressively for me. I've tried this now with sort of like a pulse sidearm setup. And I've tried to use it as a way of, like, you know, I crouch with my pulse rifle and I get my headshot kill. I go invisible. Okay, I suppose before I move on, let me explain Flawless Execution. Flawless Execution makes it so that when you get a headshot kill while crouched or sliding, which is also important, when you get a headshot kill while crouched or sliding, you will activate invisibility. You'll be invisible for several seconds, and you get wall hacks again. You can see through the battlefield just like you're in your super. See through the walls, gauge where everyone's at, and make a decision based on the information that you receive. And this is fantastic in a number of ways. One of the best ways that you can leverage this, is, which is really, really simple, is you're locking down a choke point or an angle or a doorway or something like that, right? You get your kill, you get your first kill while crouched or sliding. Now you're invisible, and you get your wall hacks, and this is the easiest way to use it. Now that you have your wall hacks and you're invisible, you can see when someone is approaching that choke point, and you wait for that very second when they reveal themselves. They walk into that choke point, and you pull the trigger. It makes sniping very easy. It makes getting specifically hand cannon kills very easy. You'll see a lot of these in the gameplay here, where I'm using my wall hacks. I'm waiting for the guy right the very second he becomes visible. I take my shot, and I'm getting the first shot in that volley. And often that means I get the win. Easy peasy. I get the win because I saw him first. I got my first shot off, so I did damage first. I can get the win. Easy. So easy. You know, I've tried this with, like I was saying, pulse sidearm, where I get my first kill with my pulse rifle while crouched at the end of a lane. Now I'm invisible. I get wall hacks. I run forward. I jump through a doorway while invisible, and I know exactly where to point my sidearm as I rush into the room. So it's sort of like a breaking into a room, right? I've used it with hand cannon sniper, which was a lot of fun, where I'll get my my first pick with a sniper. Now I've got wall hacks, and I'm waiting for guys to peek again. I can take another snipe or use my hand cannon, and you'll see some of that in the gameplay. My favorite way to use this was with chaperone. So sliding chaperone kills feels so good as it is, but then on top of that, you get invisibility and you get wall hacks, which is really freaking cool. It's just so freaking cool. So slide in, I tap a guy in the head, and I'm instantly invisible. And now I pull my hand cannon out, or I keep the chaperone out, and there's a ton of that in this gameplay. There's a ton of that. There's a play in here which was already shown in the gameplay. You can probably go back and find it if you wanted to, but you might remember it because it was sweet. But I'm on Retribution, and I'm the very first person to get to B. None of my teammates are coming to B, but 5 enemies are. And I get my Luna kill while crouched on the very first guy that peeks. And then I pull my chaperone out, and I'm invisible. And I manage 5 guys in a row. I get 5 kills in a row because I keep getting headshot kills and going invisible again. Headshot kill, invisible again. And it's just so much fun. And I had a similar instance on Pantheon in some of the gameplay here too, where I was the first person into the middle of the map, and I get a couple of sweet kills. I start capping B, and then they start pushing again, and I get my crouched Luna kills. And I'm invis again, and then I get a sweet double with the chaperone because I'm invis with wall hacks. I know where to place my headshots. It is all about reading the information given to you. Whether you're in your super or you have flawless execution active, you are being fed critical information about the battlefield. You take that information in, and if you have good gun skill, you will love this subclass. The more you play it, the more you leverage that information that's given to you. Man, you know exactly where to put your shots. Assuming you know how to use a weapon, assuming you have gun skill, man, it is just stupid amounts of fun. So, anyways, hope that you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope that you've been enjoying the content that we're putting out with the Forsaken. Hopefully this helps you understand how to use this subclass a bit more effectively. And as a reminder, I know there's a lot of activities out there that require you to have a fire team. Whether it's the dungeon, or the raid, or gambit, you know, you're trying to get your malfeasance, or it's comp. Just a reminder, if you're a sub on Twitch to our community, you can link your Twitch account to your Discord account. And in our Discord, there are tons of LFG groups for PC, Xbox, and PS4. You can find a team, you can group up and knock some of these activities out. So in our community, there are some really cool people who have helped people get their claymores, helped people get their lunas, helped people knock out their gambit challenges. We've got some really cool people in the clan too that are, you know, we've got other content creators. Maybe Cactus is in the clan. We've got we've even got one of the starters for the Chicago Bulls in our clan, and we're just having a riot in our community right now. So I would encourage you to get involved if you can. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Love you guys so much. Be warm and well fed, my friends. Catch you in the Crucible. Bye.